Shalom, Shalom, Shabbat, Adonai. Welcome to the Sixth Exodus program. Ni hao, Jungwa, Jungwalen. This message here, this segment is for Chinese people. I think this is going to be Chinese message, the final. That means the last message I'm going to send to you. The rest of the messages you can listen to um, Sixth Exodus, and you can know what to do. But I want to say to Chinese people that you Chinese people are actually stem from two races. Um, the others of you are African descent, and the others of you are from the Hebrew descent. What that means is that the ones who are not of the royal family are born from the emperors of China, because all your emperors was Hebrew, all the way to the last one in 1911 until white people, until you had your revolution, and then you invited Europeans to come into your country. That the descendants of you that came from, that was born from Beijing, the emperors and the royal family, are Hebrew. The rest of you are African descent, which from descendants of Ham. So you live amongst each other, and you don't know these things. If you do know them, then they're in the volumes of your books in Beijing, and they're hidden. Now, I want to say to you that the first emperor you had, he taught to you the first book written of the Bible, which is called the Book of Enoch. The Book of Enoch are my descendants, which are Hebrews. And he sent to you the Lord, the Most High, Creator, God of the universe, sent to you Levites. All the emperors, they are descendants of our people, which are called Levites. That means they are priests. It means they make sacrifice and offerings unto God. That's all they did, was make sacrifice, offerings unto God. And they moved with the furniture and the tents of God. They did not own any land or any property. They were priests of God, and the people of God had to take care of them. That means they gave money and offerings to the priests. And the priests, they lived at the temple with God, the ones that God had accepted. Now, when God accepted a priest to minister before him or to service the temple, they lived at the temple with God. And their son, the first son, belongs to God to be a priest. And the other sons were, were not priests, but the firstborn was always a priest of God. So when you are all gathered together, along with all the other Hebrews that God has scattered around the earth, God will choose some of you Chinese people as priests, and He know who all of you are. Every one of you, He knows who you are. All the sons, all the daughters, everyone, He knows who you are. One by one, He knows who you are. Just like He knows who I am, He knows who you are. Now you think that Chinese people are not mentioned in the Bible, but it's not true. If you listen to my other segments, then you will know that Chinese people, the writers of Chinese people, are spoken of by different languages in different times. So, in the book of Genesis, you are called Sinites. In the book of Isaiah, you are called Sinim. In the book of Ezekiel, you are called Sin, which are different translations that was written at different times. So they're written in Hebrew, Arabic, and what other language? Phoenician. They were written in Phoenician. Okay, so that's why your names are different in the Bible. As far as Sinites, Sinim, and Sin. Now, Sin is in Ezekiel chapter 30. Sinites are in Genesis chapter 10, and Sinim in Isaiah chapter 49. And these are where Chinese people are written in the Bible. And as I said, all of you are not Hebrews, but God knows who are Hebrews and know who is not. And know that you are of the royal family. In fact, some of you have hair like Africans. Some of you have hair like Hebrews. Now, don't look at your hair and say, I'm a Hebrew, because they're not the same. Now, the difference between Africans and Hebrews is now both of us has broad nose and thick lips. So you cannot look at your hair or your skin color and say, I'm a Hebrew. God knows his own people. Now, there's going to be some destruction that's going to come upon China. And also, there's going to be destruction coming upon the world. And you will come to the Lord. You will come to the Lord, and you will go to Israel. God will know who you are, and he will pluck you up. And you will be in Israel. Now, I cannot say to you, your whole family will go, because all of you did not marry Hebrews, as you might not know. That some of you married Africans, but you don't know this because you haven't had anyone to teach you these things. And the Christian people that you have there, they don't know anything. And the Jewish people, they don't know anything because they are not Hebrews. They only pretend to be Hebrews. But Hebrews are still scattered around the world. And my Hebrew name is Yeshurun. My Chinese name is Li Wong Hu. I lived among you for 5 years. Wu Yan. And uh, I made many friends when I was in China. And I learned your culture very well. And I learned a lot about my people, my brothers and my sisters. You are Jungulan, Ni, Wo, Shundi. Now, our civilizations are the oldest civilizations in the world, because our civilization are Hebrew, and yours, you call yourself, well, people call you Chinese, but you are Jungulan. Europeans call you Chinese, but your name is Junguolin. It comes from Hebrew, is a Hebrew word. Like Jehovah, Junguolin means you're God's people. Okay, I want to end this segment now, but thank you for listening.